In this video, we will learn how to convert a hexadecimal number to a decimal number. So first of all, we need to understand what is a decimal number. So a decimal number is a base 10 number system, meaning that there are 10 choices that a digit can take. So from 0 to 9, including 0. So it could be anything, let's say 2, 5, 7. So each of the digit can be anything from 0 to 9. And hexadecimal, as the name suggests, hexa or hex stands for 6 and decimal stands for 10. So if you add these two up, you get 16. And let's now see how the numbers in decimal represent hexadecimal numbers. So from 1, let me write from here, all the way up to 9, they are the same in hexadecimal. But once you reach 10, 10 in decimal represents A in hexadecimal, and 11 represents B, 12 represents C, 13 represents D, and 14 represents E. 15 is the last one and it represents F. Hence the 16 base number system, because from 0 to 15 it's 16 numbers or entities. So now let's do some examples where we need to convert. So here we have 173, which is a hexadecimal, since the 16 represents that it's a hexadecimal number. So how do we start this example to convert it to a decimal number? So the rightmost bit or number is multiplied by 16 to the power of 0. Next one is multiplied by 16 to the power of 1, and so on. So the third one would be multiplied by 16 to the power of 2. And now you add these up. So it would be 1 times 16 to the power of 2 plus 7 times 16 to the power of 1 times 3 multiplied by 16 to the power of 0. And if you type on this calculator on your calculator and get the answer, you will get the answer of, and you would get the answer of 371, which is the decimal representation of 173 in hexadecimal. So now let's do some examples where we have letters in the hexadecimal representation. So here in this example, we are given the hexadecimal number of FE, and we need to convert this to decimal. So excuse me, first step is always helpful to write the decimal representation of the letters. So 10 is A, 11 is B, 12 is C, 13 is D, 14 is E, D, E, and 15 is F. So here we know that F is 15 and E is 14. So now again the same steps. This would be 16 to the power of 0, and F would be 16 to the power of multiplied by 16 to the power of 1, and 15 here is 12. F is 15 multiplied by 16 to the power of 1 plus, now E is 14, and you multiplied by 1 since 16 to the power of 0 is just 1, and you would get the answer of 15 times 16 plus 14, you would get 254 as the decimal representation. And you can even write a 10 next to it to state that it's a decimal representation. So please pause the video and try to do this yourself. So again, let's start. A is 10, as we know, and this would be 16 to the power of 0. Next one is 16 to the power of 1, and the last one is 16 to the power of 2. Now 3 times 16 to the power of 2 plus 9 times 16 to the power of 1 plus 10, which is A, multiplied by 16 to the power of 0, and you would get the final answer as 922. So the answer is 922. So let's do some examples with more larger numbers. So again, let's start by 5 is 16 to the power of 0. Next one is 16 to the power of 1, C is going to be 16 to the power of 2, and this is 16 to the power of 3. Now again, I always like to write the conversion between hexadecimal to decimal because I don't remember it. So C is going to be 12 here. Now, so that's going to be 1 times 16 to the power of 3. C is 12 times 16 to the power of 2 plus 16 to the power of 1, or you can do 1 times 16 to the power of 1 plus 5 times 16 to the power of 0, and you would get the answer of 7189, and you can write it here 718910. So another question, 270E, and this is 16. So F is 15, so E is going to be 14. That's also another way to quickly get it. So it's going to be E is going to be multiplied by 16 to the power of 0, 0 is 0, you can leave that out. This is going to be 16 to the power of 2 and 16 to the power of 3. Now write it down. So 2 times 16 to the power of 3 plus 7 times 16 squared plus E is 14, and you would get the answer of 9999, or my bad, it's going to be 9998. So here's our last example, and you can pause the video and try to do this yourself. So let's start again. It's going to be start 16 0, 16 1, 2 and 3. 4 times 16 to the power of 3 plus 2 times 16 to the power of 2 plus 7 times 16 plus 4, and you will get the answer of 17012. And as always, I do have a shortcut method on the calculator for the conversion. So if you go to your menu on your calculator and you go to base minus n function, you can click on hex or hexadecimal option button on your calculator. If you click on that, and you can type whatever number you have in hexadecimal. In our case, we have 424274, and you press on equals to. Now you have a decimal option on your calculator, which is a button also. If you click on that, it will directly convert to decimal. So here we also got the answer of 17012 on our calculator, and I will be making a short video to show you guys, of course, because it's more easier to see something than just talk about it. And thanks for watching.